Gold is the only substance that every civilization on every continent, across 5,000 years of recorded history, has agreed is worth holding. It doesn't rust, it doesn't rot. It cannot be printed or created by decree. Kingdoms have risen to control it, and empires have collapsed without it. What a country keeps in its vaults tells you what it fears, and how much it trusts the paper it prints instead. Gold has been money for at least 5,000 years. Ancient Egypt hoarded it for pharaohs and gods. Lydia struck the world's first gold coins around 600 BC. By the Roman Empire, a soldier's pay, the solidus, was gold by law. Every empire that followed understood the same principle. Gold is the one reserve asset no enemy can counterfeit, no government can conjure, and no sanctions regime can freeze. By 1870, most of the world's major economies had adopted the gold standard, a system in which every banknote in circulation was backed by a physical quantity of gold held in reserve. For 40 years, it produced extraordinary monetary stability and enabled global trade on a scale never seen before. Then came 1914. Every government at war immediately suspended gold convertibility to print the money they needed to fight. The standard never fully recovered. In July 1944, 730 delegates from 44 nations gathered at the Mount Washington Hotel in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. They were rebuilding the world's monetary system from the rubble of 2 world wars and the chaos of the Great Depression. The system they created pegged every currency to the US dollar and the dollar alone to gold at $35 per ounce. The United States held half the world's gold. For now, the arrangement made sense. For 25 years, Bretton Woods held. Then it began to crack. The United States was spending vastly more than it earned on Vietnam, on the Great Society, on maintaining empire. Foreign central banks accumulated dollars and increasingly demanded gold in return, as was their right under the agreement. By 1971, the U.S. gold reserve had fallen so far that America could no longer honor the promise. Something had to give. On August 15, 1971, Nixon interrupted prime-time television to announce the dollar was no longer convertible to gold. 27 years of global monetary order ended in a 15-minute speech. What followed was an era of floating currencies, petrodollars, and fiat money, backed by nothing but trust in the issuing government. Gold was officially declared a relic. Central banks across the Western world began to believe it. After 1971, gold was officially dead. Economists declared it an anachronism. Central banks across Europe and the Anglo-Saxon world began selling their reserves at prices that, in hindsight, were near historic lows. Between 1989 and 2009, Western central banks disposed of more than 4,000 tons. The United Kingdom sold 395 tons between 1999 and 2002 at an average of $275 per ounce. By 2026, that gold was worth over $5,000 per ounce. The sales became a textbook case in the cost of abandoning something ancient before understanding why it existed. In 2008, the financial system nearly collapsed. Banks failed, currencies wavered, and something unexpected happened. Central banks stopped selling gold and started buying. China, Russia, Turkey, Poland, India, Kazakhstan, one by one they accumulated. By 2026, gold had hit a record $5,000 per ounce. The metal that economists had declared obsolete was now the fastest appreciating reserve asset on Earth. The selling had been a mistake. Everyone knew it. No one said it loudly. When the West froze $300 billion in Russian foreign exchange reserves in 2022, every central bank in the world watched and drew the same conclusion. Dollar reserves, euro reserves, treasury bonds, all could be switched off by a political decision in Washington or Brussels. Gold could not. It couldn't be sanctioned remotely. It could not be frozen with a phone call. It sat in a vault, sovereign and unreachable. Gold purchases accelerated worldwide the following month. The largest holders of gold are, with few exceptions, the same powers that dominated the 20th century: America, Germany, France, Italy. Their reserves are the accumulated weight of empire, war, and Bretton Woods. They acquired the gold when gold was the system. They have kept it because they are not entirely sure. The system that replaced it will hold forever.